Another GTIR Pulsar. This one was flood damaged in the big horrible floods we had in New Zealand. Okay, so I decided to waste no time, just dig straight into it. Obviously the water's been up pretty high on this one. I've actually got a photo of it submerged, which I will put up as well in this video. So wanted to just crack straight into it. I've got the intercooler and everything off. I just wanted to see if the water had made its way up into the top of the motor, and it looks like it hasn't, luckily. Pulled all of the spark plugs out, they're all sealed nicely, there's no water in the bores, it all looks really good. There's no water mixed in with the oil. I'm still going to drop it though. There was one problem though, obviously it did reach the air filter and water was filled up inside the turbo. So at a bare minimum I'm going to have to take the front cover off the turbocharger and give it a good clean out, because I don't want any silt that would have potentially gone onto the turbo going into the motor. So that will be the next task, pull the turbocharger off and give that a clean out. Otherwise all the systems look pretty good. A lot of the wiring I'm going to have to go through. Main fuse box is looking not very corroded, which is nice. These plugs are looking pretty good on the insides. This main fuse box down here is concerning me. I'm definitely going to have to pull all that apart and have a look. I'll just pull all the plugs off one by one, check them all for corrosion, spray water out in there, and hopefully it's good. But it looks like I might be good on the motor. Gearbox wise, yeah, we'll get onto that once we figure out if we can get the engine started. We've already got quite a bit of the interior out. As you can see, it was pretty flood damaged. Seats are really dirty. Center console, we've already started ripping it apart. All the seats were submerged. See the water that was in the boot, all the silt from the river, silt line on the back seat. Bonuses, we have 10 in coilovers, and yeah, that's what we've got so far. So as you can see, I mean, it was a complete car about an hour ago when we got it, but I've just started tearing it apart because I just want to get into it. You can see the water went pretty high. It's behind the door cards, all the silt. Got all the fuses under there. The ECU will be completely cooked. I have to pull that out. Luckily it didn't get the gauges, it didn't go that high. Got our cert tag, umbrella holder, no umbrella though. Just pulled the ECU out. She's a mess. It's a lot of damage. Well, that won't be going back in. Starting to get dark, still going. Found that the intake was full of water and that was full of silt from the river. And the turbocharger was completely seized, but after a bit of CRC, I've got it free flowing, but I am going to have to take that turbo off to give the compressor side a clean, because I don't want any silt going through the engine, because that would be a tragedy. Got the dash out. Most of the interior, which is good progress. Just got to get that gear knob off, it's a bit stuck at the moment, might have to use some excessive force. Pull the seats out, and yeah, I'm going to pull the carpet out. Let it all dry, because it looks like the water was about up to here. About up to here. Oop, about up to there. It's a bit excessive. Dash wasn't in great condition anyway. It's all pretty smashed up, so it's no great loss to get rid of that. Piling everything up. Got to get the back seats out. So yeah, probably wrap it up for tonight though. It's starting to lose the sunlight, and I'm a bit tired after coming home from work and going crazy on this. Cleaning up. Pulsar's looking a little more or less complete. Everything's out. Cleanup begins. So from 1992 to 1994, Nissan actually put a bracket from this bolt here to this bolt here from factory to stop that from happening. From 1990 to 1992, well, your clutch bracket broke off the Firewall like this one has. Someone's obviously done a bit of a rangy fix down there. I want to get in there with a welder and actually fix that properly. But otherwise, she's looking pretty good. Parts soaking, getting all clean. All our clean bits all starting to stack up. It's amazing how hard it is to clean all the silt from the river off everything, but we're getting there. So I need to clean the bottom of those, but I've wet vac the tops, so they're looking all nice. But yeah, we're getting there. Okay, so yesterday did a lot of work, replaced all of the fuses that were corroded, went through all the wiring, tried to clean all the connectors up, got the ignition off because it didn't come with keys or an alarm pad, pulled the alarm out, which was all wired in, so that's all gone now. Put a new ECU into it, yeah, and then got it to turn over. Motor's not seized. Did about 4 or 5 oil flushes. There's a little bit of water in there, but not very much. Yeah, unfortunately, I think the starter motor's given up, so I'm going to have to pull that out today. And the other thing was, I think the clutch is stuck to the flywheel, so we're going to have to line tow it down the road, I think, and try and get it to free up. So that's going to be an interesting one, but that'll be today. Okay, so naturally with a flood damaged car, I've got a little bit of corrosion in the plugs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and use some white vinegar in a container and a brush and see if I can get the corrosion to go away. Okay, so we'll give that a bit of a wave around in the white vinegar, a bit of a swirl around, get it up into the connectors. Okay, put a little bit more on the brush. And I'm obviously going to do this a bit better once I put the camera down, but the idea is just to give it a bit of a swish around, try and get everything out. We'll give it a clean off and see what it looks like. Okay, so as you can see, all those connectors are all nice and clean. Vinegar is acidic, so it will eat away the corrosion. I've just dipped this in some baking soda and water to neutralize the vinegar, just to stop it from doing any more damage to the connectors. Seems that vinegar is acidic, but it's definitely done what I wanted it to do. It's gotten all that green corrosion off, so it should be good to go for that plug. Time to do the rest of them. Go. Flood damage GTIR, idling, running. Bit of muddy water out the back, poor old girl. Two original red GTIRs. Don't see that very often. We've finally got the flood damaged one starting. Just need to get it driving now. This one is looking very nice. Steve's GTIR engine bay. All looking very bling. Turbo Benny.